Do you know the power of the primordial ancient dragon? It's simply terrifying. Picking up from the last chapter, Xiao fiercely snapped 3 ribs with strange inscriptions hidden within, and without delay, he stored them in his storage ring. The star-plucking old ghost said, "Hand over the Dosheng bones." Xiao replied, "If you want them, then here you are." Seeing Xiao actually hand them over, the star-plucking old ghost was taken aback for a moment, but did not hesitate for long and grabbed the skeletal remains once again. "Old ghost, being greedy isn't good behavior." A cold voice fell, followed by 2 large hands that flashed from behind and grabbed the bones. The star-plucking old ghost roared in anger. "This is what the Soul Hall wants, and you dare to make a move." The elder of the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan, Huang Zong, sneered, "Others may fear your Soul Hall, but our Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan is not afraid." The Dozun of Ice also disregarded the star-plucking old ghost. The 3 of them hovered in mid-air, each tightly holding a section of the bone. "Hee, since none of you are willing to let go, I'll help you with my strength." Tang Zhan's figure flashed, and his large hand grabbed a part of the bone, and a terrifying force burst from his palm. For Dozun strongmen with strength around 4 or 5 stars exerted their full strength at the same time, and the Dosheng skeleton could no longer hold on. It immediately disintegrated in the eyes of the stunned crowd, turning into fragments scattered in the world. And those strong people who had already given up saw this scene, and their faces showed a look of ecstasy. They all sprang up and frantically grabbed the skeleton. Xiao glanced at the star-plucking old ghost, thinking to himself. It seemed that the old ghost didn't know that there was a heaven-class combat skill hidden on the Dosheng skeleton, or he wouldn't let it go so easily. He blinked and couldn't help but chuckle. But these Dosheng bones also have a great effect. Since I can't get a complete one, I'll just get a piece in hand. His gaze swept through the air, and Xiao quickly locked onto a relatively large bone, which looked like a right arm. In an instant, he appeared next to the bone arm like a ghost and grabbed it. He gently weighed it, and the bone arm was not heavy, but very light and clever. Observing it up close, Xiao found that there was a strange pattern on the bones that seemed to be naturally formed. After pondering for a moment, he suddenly flicked his finger, and a trace of purple-brown flame appeared at the tip of his finger, and then placed it under the bone arm. Due to the bone arm itself being jade white, under the firelight, the interior immediately became transparent, and one could vaguely see something liquid-like flowing quietly inside, and he exclaimed, "Dosheng essence." Seeing this tiny liquid, Xiao palm trembled slightly. Perhaps the star-plucking old ghost's task was to get this thing, and there should be some in these bones. Realizing this, Xiao suddenly turned to look at the scattered bone fragments on the square, and with a fierce wave of his sleeve, a suction force erupted, and many bone fragments flew towards him. His actions naturally caused dissatisfaction among many strong people, but just as they glared angrily, Little Fairy Doctor and his group quickly appeared in midair and surrounded Xiao. Such a powerful lineup made those people's thoughts dissipate. Xiao stared at the bone fragments suspended in front of him, and after careful inspection, he found that not all bones contained Dosheng essence, but he still found 4 fragments with signs of liquid. He carefully put them into the storage ring. "Hand over the bones in your hand," the star-plucking old ghost said coldly. Xiao smiled slightly, flicked his finger, and 3 heavenly flames slowly appeared in front of him. Seeing this move again, the corner of the star-plucking old ghost's mouth twitched a few times. "Star-plucking old ghost? I'll give you a chance to cooperate. Do you want it?" Huang Zong said loudly not far away, sneering. The old ghost said, "What cooperation?" Huang Zong sneered coldly. "Let's join hands to capture this kid. The Dosheng bones are for you, and I just need to take something from them. The Dragon Phoenix origin fruit is too important for the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan, and no matter what means are used, it must be obtained today." Huang Zong's cold smile on his face became even more pronounced, and he slowly raised his head to look at Xiao and the others in the sky. "Hand over the thing, and there may still be a way out." Then he waved his palm, and the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan and the strong people of the Wind and Thunder Pavilion behind Huang Zong slowly walked out, and the vast Do Qi filled the air. Xiao Yan's face was expressionless, and with a wave of his sleeve, 11 puppets flashed out and said, "Do you want to rely on the number of people?" Qing Lin also sneered, and a ray of light flashed through her green eyes, and a dozen figures appeared out of thin air. The breath emitted by the two old men in black clothes attracted the surprised gazes of the crowd, and everyone could see that they were real Do-Zun strong people. Huang Xin looked at these two black-clothed old men in surprise and said, "How did you, the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan, get involved with this kid?" Feng Qinger's eyes flashed a trace of doubt, and she frowned and said, "It is said that these two elders of the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan have been missing for a while." Huang Xin was stunned, and then seemed to think of something. His gaze suddenly turned to Qing Lin, and he said in disbelief, "So you are the mysterious Black Hand that caused a great upheaval in the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan. Good Xiaoyan. I didn't expect that you were actually in league with such a person. With the temperament of those guys from the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan, they will not let you go so easily." In response to his words, Xiaoyan didn't care at all. Since he recognized Qing Lin, he knew that he would inevitably have a grudge with the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan. To grab something, just do it. Don't talk so much nonsense. Xiong Zhan impatiently curled his mouth and cursed at Huang Xin. "Star-plucking old ghost. I'll deal with those puppets, and as for Xiaoyan, it's up to you, okay?" Huang Xin turned to the star-plucking old ghost and asked. Hearing this, the corner of the star-plucking old ghost's eye twitched. Among these people, Xiaoyan is the most difficult to deal with, but now in this situation, he has to agree. He pondered a bit and nodded slightly. "Star-plucking old ghost, start?" Huang Xin shouted coldly, and his figure slowly rose into the sky. Just as the many strong people approached Xiaoyan and his group, Tang Zhen appeared beside Xiaoyan and said, "Everyone, some things can't be forced, and if it's not your own, no matter how hard you try, it's useless." "What do you mean, Tang Valley Master?" Huang Xin and the star-plucking old ghost saw Tang Zhen's actions, and their faces became heavy and cold. "Xiaoyan has done me a favor, and as an old man, I naturally can't stand by and watch," Tang Zhen said slowly. The Do-Zun of Ice smiled faintly and said, "Tang Valley Master, it's not good for you to meddle in other people's affairs. It just so happens that my Ice River Valley and your Flame-Burning Valley have been in opposition for generations. Today, let me try how strong your 9 Dragons Thunder Fire is." He also has a grudge against Xiaoyan, and even he lost face because of the appearance of the Gu clan. With his character, this resentment will not be easily let go, and now is the best opportunity. "Bing He, do you also want to take action?" Tang Zhen's face was slightly heavy, and he said slowly, "Haha, the kindness of the Ice River Do-Zun today will be repaid in the future." The sudden help made the star-plucking old ghost and Huang Xin very happy. They saluted the Ice River Do-Zun, and then turned their gaze to Xiaoyan and others again. Start. The square was filled with murderous aura, and the vast Do-Chi pressure descended from the sky. Xiaoyan glanced at the star-plucking old ghost who was approaching quickly, then looked at Huang Xin and others. With a thought, the 11 puppets beside him quickly formed an array. Huang Xin let the heavenly demon puppet deal with it. "I'll deal with the star-plucking old ghost, and you are responsible for blocking the other strong people," Xiaoyan said in a deep voice. Little Fairy Doctor and others nodded slightly, looking at the many strong people coming with the sound of breaking the wind, and flashed to the sky hundreds of meters away. "If Xiaoyan, you can't match it, just call out, and I'll come to help you as soon as possible," Tang Zhen said in a deep voice, then stared coldly at the approaching Ice River Do-Zun. Seeing Tang Zhen's back, Xiaoyan nodded. Xiaoyan flicked his finger, and the heavenly demon puppet beside him rushed out like lightning and intercepted Huang Xin, while he himself appeared in front of the star-plucking old ghost. "This time I won't give you any chance." The star-plucking old ghost's face was full of anger, and every time he thought of the shame of losing his arm, his resentment towards Xiaoyan became deeper. Xiaoyan smiled. His hands quickly formed a unique seal. Skyfire 3 mysterious changes. The first change, the second change, the third change. With 3 sharp shouts, Xiaoyan's breath rose at a speed like a rocket, and after a moment, it slowly stopped. At this moment, his breath had reached the level of a 3-star Do-Zun. Feeling the surging Do-Chi in Xiaoyan's body, The star-plucking old ghost frowned and sneered. Just a 3-star dozun. It's not worth showing off in front of me. Although he made fierce remarks, the star-plucking old ghost did not dare to be careless at all. He waved his sleeve, and more than a dozen black chains burst out from his sleeve. Soul chain lock soul. Seeing the star-plucking old ghost flick his finger, the black chains encircled Xiaoyan in a strange formation, forming a strange array. Xiaoyan frowned, stepped on the void with his foot, and the purple-brown flame rolled out from his body, fiercely attaching to those black chains. The chains immediately let out a shrill scream. Xiaoyan's eyes flashed a cold light, and he said, "These tricks are useless for me." In an instant, he appeared above the star-plucking old ghost, clenched his hand, and the heavy ruler appeared. Flame-splitting sea-devouring ruler. At this time, the star-plucking old ghost was motionless, and more than a dozen black chains quickly gushed out from his clothes and wrapped around his head, then blocked the heavy ruler. The powerful rebound force made Xiaoyan retreat 2 steps. The star-plucking old ghost slowly raised his head, and the smile on his withered face said, "You have improved a lot, but it's not enough." Great Forest Star Hand. The star-plucking old ghost clenched his palm towards Xiaoyan fiercely, turning into a starry giant hand full of light spots, grabbing Xiaoyan. At this moment, Xiaoyan looked solemnly at the approaching giant hand, and he could feel the power of the Great Forest Star Hand, which is the star-plucking old ghost's trump card. It seems that after the failure last time, the old man understood that a quick battle could be won. Xiaoyan took a deep breath, and he didn't expect that before the warm-up started, he had already entered the real life and death duel stage. Suppressing the inner fluctuations, Xiaoyan's hands quickly made a seal, and the dou qi in his body surged into his arm meridians like a flood. Open mountain seal, ocean overturning seal, earth-shattering seal. The 3 seals were formed, and Xiaoyan's face turned red. It was still not enough. He took a deep breath again, and the seal changed again. A palm-sized energy light seal appeared, quietly merging into the previous 3 seals. At this moment, a gorgeous crystal layer seal was suspended in Xiaoyan's palm, and the powerful energy made the surrounding space vibrate violently. The crystal layer seal trembled, and then with a light tail, it broke through the sky and collided fiercely with the starry big hand. The 2 giants and light seals, which were completely disproportionate in size, collided fiercely under the gaze of many people, and immediately made a shocking sound that echoed in the world. The collision between the 2 released a terrifying energy ripple, like a surging wave, which quickly spread at the moment. The starry giant hand and the crystal layer light seal continued to release violent energy, but in this confrontation, suddenly the light of both almost disappeared at the same time, and the energy storm also stopped sweeping, and then quickly dissipated in the shocked gaze of many people. The kid actually blocked my Great Forest Star Hand? Looking at this scene, the star-plucking old ghost's face twisted. Then his sleeve suddenly moved, and many black chains spread like a venomous snake, eventually forming an arm completely made of iron chains. He gently clenched the iron chain arm, and the star-plucking old ghost suddenly moved and strangely disappeared. And at the same time when the star-plucking old ghost disappeared, Xiaoyan also retreated quickly. Just 1 step back, an illusory figure quickly appeared in front of him, and the iron fist with a sharp wind chopped towards Xiaoyan's head. Seeing the iron fist that quickly enlarged in his eyes, Xiaoyan hurriedly blocked it with both arms. A punch knocked back Xiaoyan, and the star-plucking old ghost sneered, and his figure trembled and instantly appeared in front of him again. Die! The star-plucking old ghost laughed, and the fist wind bombarded Xiaoyan like a heavy rain. In such an offensive, although Xiaoyan was at a disadvantage, his face was still calm. The purple-brown flame quickly swirled and repaired the injury at the place where the offensive was received, and the immortal repairability of the 3,000 yen flame was fully demonstrated at this moment. With the cycle of continuous injury and repair, Xiaoyan was also beaten out of the evil fire. Later, he almost gave up all defenses and directly chose the strongest hard confrontation method. The star-plucking old ghost hit him with a punch, and he also unceremoniously fought back with a punch. After all, there is the 3,000 yen flame to save his life, and there is no need to worry about facing the real danger of life. Seeing the purple-brown flame around Xiao, the star-plucking old ghost immediately understood. It's the 3,000 yin flame. His face turned iron blue instantly, and he dared not continue to entangle. Then the star-plucking old ghost's figure quickly became illusory again and disappeared strangely. Are you going to compete in speed again? Seeing the disappearing figure, Xiao, with torn clothes, grinned and forcibly endured the severe pain that came from all over his body. A pair of jade-colored bone wings suddenly sprang out from behind his clothes. These bone wings were covered with strange green and red patterns, which were made by Xiao from the wings of the heavenly demon phoenix. Because he was worried about being tracked by the heavenly demon phoenix clan before, he always hid it in his body. But now that the heavenly demon phoenix clan has no good intentions towards him, he doesn't need to hide it anymore. Ah, the star-plucking old ghost appeared like a ghost in the void. However, as soon as he appeared, a scorching gust suddenly came and fell heavily on his back. He looked up at Xiao with jade-colored bone wings, and his eyes showed an unbelievable expression. At this moment, the latter's speed had almost instantly soared to a terrifying level that he could not perceive. Old ghost, try my fire lotus again. Now your speed is not enough. Xiao smiled, the bone wings vibrated, and his figure retreated like a meteor, leaving the star-plucking old ghost behind. It's not enough for one person, but it's enough for us. Suddenly a cold laugh sounded in the sky, followed by two blurred figures rushing out of the void, almost instantly appearing not far from Xiao. Xiao glanced at the two figures, and when he saw the pair of wings with feathers behind them, his heart sank. Xiao gazed darkly at the two figures that had suddenly appeared, each with a pair of wings on their backs, fluttering faintly with the sound of thunder accompanying the wind. Xiao had seen such wings on Huang Xin before, thus he understood that these two individuals must be powerful figures from the heavenly demon phoenix clan. Two 5-star dozuns. Xiao couldn't help but feel a heavy burden in his heart. The reputation of the heavenly demon phoenix clan was indeed formidable, as they had appeared with two such high-level experts at once. Heavenly demon phoenix clan's bone wings, you indeed have quite the audacity, young man. An elder dressed in a gray and white robe glanced at Xiao, then paused on the bone wings on his back. Another elder from the heavenly demon phoenix clan with a gloomy expression said, "No need for idle talk. Capture this kid, remove the bone wings, and take him back to the clan for punishment." Hearing the words of these two elders, Xiao couldn't help but sneer in anger. His palm turned and 3 types of heavenly flames quickly gathered, forming a beautiful lotus with astonishing speed. The two elders from the heavenly demon phoenix clan, sensing the power of the lotus, were taken aback and let out a low exclamation. This is a lotus formed from the fusion of 3 heavenly flames, not to be taken lightly. The star-plucking old ghost, not far away, warned with a horrified look at the lotus in Xiao's palm. The two elders nodded slightly, showing no other reaction. Xiao flicked his finger, and the lotus in his palm floated up, trailing a wisp of fire as it flew towards the two elders. Seeing the lotus approaching, the two elders snorted coldly, their surging do qi erupting like a volcanic eruption, forming a massive phoenix of energy above their heads. The lotus bloomed instantly, followed by a violent explosion, and the terrifying flame storm swept through instantly. The two elders' faces sank, quickly forming strange seals, and almost in the blink of an eye, a nearly 100 meters high energy giant bell was formed, enveloping the about-to-sweep flame storm. The terrible flame storm spread within the demon phoenix bell, the destructive force fiercely hitting the bell wall, faintly showing small cracks. Xiao looked at the flame storm trapped by the giant bell, his expression slightly sinking, and his mind moved again, the power of the lotus erupting completely at this moment. A loud noise was heard, and the solid demon phoenix bell shattered completely, and the two strong men of the heavenly demon phoenix clan were also affected, letting out a low hum. Two fools. The star-plucking old ghost, not far away, looked at these two strong men of the heavenly demon phoenix clan and couldn't help but shake his head. He naturally could sense that these two old guys, due to their arrogance from joining forces, had instead taken some losses. Seeing the lotus formed from the fusion of 3 heavenly flames being blocked, Xiao frowned, then glanced at the 2 elders and said, "You two don't feel good, do you?" Hearing this, the elder dressed in a gray and white robe said indifferently, "Sharp-tongued kid, take your people and follow us back to the heavenly demon phoenix clan obediently. You should be able to see the situation clearly. Today, you have nowhere to run." As the elder's voice fell, Little Fairy Doctor and others quickly flashed over and stopped beside Xiao. "We are surrounded." A sentence from Little Fairy Doctor made Xiao's heart sink, and then he looked around and found that this square had appeared nearly 100 figures. The strong atmosphere filled the world. Obviously, these were all reinforcements called by the heavenly demon phoenix clan. "It really looks up to us," plus the 2 elders who suddenly appeared. There are a total of 4 5-star Dozun strong men on the side of the heavenly demon phoenix clan. Such a lineup is enough to make people feel terrified. Xiao thought to himself. "Xiao, hand over the dragon phoenix origin fruit, and we may let your partners leave. Otherwise, don't blame our heavenly demon phoenix clan for a bloody massacre today." Huang Xian hovered in the void and shouted coldly. The heavenly demon phoenix clan is really domineering. Ziyin held the dragon phoenix origin fruit in his hand, coldly watching the heavenly demon phoenix clan, and others sneered. "The dragon phoenix origin fruit is right here. If you have the ability, come and get it. But it's just a young primordial ancient dragon. Do you think we are afraid of you?" Huang Xian and the 2 elders of the heavenly demon phoenix clan exchanged glances, and then the 3 of them made a move at the same time and rushed towards Ziyin. Almost in the blink of an eye, they came to a dozen meters in front of him. However, just as the 3 were about to grab the dragon phoenix origin fruit, the space next to Ziyin suddenly ripped open a big mouth, and then a strong figure crossed out of the space, and the figure appeared, filled with unparalleled domineering anger, which resounded in this world. "The people of my primordial ancient dragon clan are also something you can mess with?" At this time, Huang Xian and the 3 were horrified to look at this figure, and a wave of fear surged in their hearts. Although the heavenly demon phoenix clan and the primordial ancient dragon are listed as top clans, they well know that the real supreme way in the magical beast world is the primordial ancient dragon. Facing Ziyin, who is in the juvenile period, Huang Xian and the 3 can still be tough, but in front of the mature primordial ancient dragon, this toughness quickly disappears without a trace. The 3 quickly exchanged glances, and the dou qi in their bodies surged and they were about to retreat. However, as soon as the 3 figures moved, the strong figure that stepped out of the space sneered, and his big hand slapped down fiercely in the air. Everyone was stunned to see Huang Xian, and the 3's faces suddenly burst into a crisp sound, and the blood-red palm print immediately appeared on their faces. This slap knocked Huang Xian and the 3 back like they were hit hard, and looking at the 3 lying in the deep pit, covered in blood, everyone gasped. Feng Qinger and others' faces were even more covered in cold sweat. 3 strong men with strength reaching the 5-star Dozun level, but they couldn't even take a slap from the primordial ancient dragon. Xiao and his group were also stunned by this scene. Is this the strength of the mature primordial ancient dragon? It is really terrifying. According to Xiao's guess, I'm afraid this primordial ancient dragon's strength has reached at least the level of a 7-star or even 8-star Dozun. The whole sky fell silent under this slap, with cold sweat on the forehead. The primordial ancient dragon, the most mysterious magical beast race on the continent, even he had seen it only a few times, and he didn't expect to see it again today. What kind of person is Xiao? Not only can he attract the help of the ancient clan, but now he has even attracted the primordial ancient dragon. This person can't be provoked. The Ice River Dozun's thoughts were spinning rapidly in his heart, and at this moment, a deep fear for Xiao welled up in his heart. Who else dares to snatch